Hi. Hi. Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome.
Oop, there we go.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Reiki Healing. I'm Liz. I'm going to give it a couple minutes. I had a good amount of signups, so there's probably a few more people trickling in. I know I see some familiar faces. It's nice to see you. I love familiar faces and I love new faces too. Okay. So, for those of you who are already here, and as we have a few moments, um, I would love it because I know a lot of you, but I know you don't know each other very well, or maybe some might maybe spend a few years. Um, so if you are able to hop into the chat box, there's a little chat bubble at the bottom of the Zoom, and type in your name. Okay, where you're zooming in from tonight, or just in general, I guess, right? And anything about your experience with Reiki. So you could be like, oh my gosh, I've never had it. I want to try it. I'm excited to receive. I'm a Reiki master. I'm a Reiki practitioner. I've had a few sessions, just kind of a little bit about your experience. So I can get an understanding of the group, like where the like Reiki experience is, and I can share based on that. I'm just going to put everyone on mute so we don't have that like back noise. Okay, awesome. Thank you. All right. Got people popping in the chat. I love it. Oh my gosh, Michelle, I'm so glad to see you. It's been a while. That's right, we did Holy Fire together. Yeah, Holy Fire. I'll share a little bit. Things have shifted slightly since Holy Fire with me. I'm still doing Holy Fire in Usui, but I'll share a little bit about my recent experience with you guys tonight. Um, Maureen. Yeah, hi Maureen. It's so good to see you again so soon. Holy Fire. We got some Holy Fire up in here. I like it. Another master. Kim. Yes, I know. Kim, it's so good to see you. I'm so glad you're here for the distance healing. Kim, have you ever experienced a well, yeah, obviously you've experienced a distance healing. Yeah, yeah, you know what it's like. All right. Melissa coming in from Bridgewater. So for those of you who are popping in just now, just type in your name, where you're tuning in from tonight, and anything you want to share about your experience with Reiki, whether you've had sessions, whether you're a practitioner and what level, or if you're new to the Reiki experience, because I'll share a bit about things based on where you guys are at tonight. Okay. Mel, nice to meet you, Mel. Oh, from Bridgewater. Oh, yeah. Receiving Reiki is so beautiful. Um, Britt. Oh my gosh. Hey, Britt, coming in from Iowa. I love that. That's my dad's from Iowa, so family lineage there. Yeah, I'm excited to share some Reiki with you, Britt. Thanks for hopping in. Heather, North Carolina. And you're Holy Fire too. That's right. And you're a master too, right? Yeah. Okay, Amy. Hey, Amy, nice to see you. Coming in from local Quincy, like me. Michelle from Billerica. Awesome. So you've had experiences with the distance healing too. Very cool. Hey, Robert. Awesome. I'm glad you came tonight, Robert. Yeah, ready to get some Reiki on. I love it.
So
And
am I.
Victoria,
Thanks for
hey.
doing this.
Yeah, I love it. I love doing it. I do these every couple months. Um, and Victoria and Quincy and new to receiving Reiki. Welcome, Victoria. So, welcome everybody. I am excited that we have such a nice, like, robust group tonight. So thank you for taking a moment to introduce yourselves and just give us a sense of where everybody's at and where everybody's coming from. Whether you are a practitioner or not, in terms of like whether you're a formal practitioner, whether you've had Reiki training, or whether you're new to it, you have the ability to both receive Reiki healing and you also have the ability to take part in collective healings. And so tonight, what we're going to be doing is after I share a little bit about Reiki and you set some intentions, we got some more people floating on in still. There we go. Hey, Lindsay. Hey, welcome. After we share, I'm going to share a little bit with you about Reiki and some of the recent Reiki experiences I've had, a little bit of my Reiki wisdom. I've been a practitioner for 15 years, and so I've been on quite a journey with Reiki. And it's funny, I go through different phases with it and different evolutions with it. And I'll share a little bit about my evolutions tonight and what I've been working on with Reiki. And I'll have you all set some intentions for yourself for the healing. Okay. And then we'll move into a group healing, a group Reiki healing, where I'll guide the healing, I'll call on the healing, and you can just receive. And there might be places in the healing too, though, because we're in a group and we're in a collective, there might also be places in the healing where you're asked to envision sending the healing from this group out to people that you love or to people that are seeking their prayers answered or to the earth, right? Or to, um, people who are just really in need of some extra Reiki today, right? And so if I do that in the group session, even if you haven't taken a Reiki class, you can still just feel into it and you can imagine the energy moving through you, through the group, and out towards these people or situations. Okay, we'll see what happens. You never know what's going to happen in a healing. It's all very like channeled and kind of divinely guided. So, just know that whether you have Reiki as a training formally or not, it doesn't matter. You can still participate in the group healing and you can obviously receive. And then at the end, I'll share like a little bit of time for any Q's and A's for anyone who wants to stay and chat about Reiki or learn about kind of what I've been teaching. I have a master training coming up in July that I'm excited about. And so tonight I'll share a little bit about kind of my experience with Reiki and then also um, some Reiki wisdom that I'm sitting with tonight and that you guys are kind of bringing to me in your collective you're bringing out in me and to me in the collective here. So again, I've had quite a journey with Reiki. I started learning Reiki as a therapist working full time and doing a lot of trauma work. And I was doing like 40 hours a week of trauma work with immigrants and refugees from all over the world and just really sitting with a lot of pain, a lot of suffering. And I realized at some point, like, this is a lot, right? And I needed something that I could bring into my life as a tool that would support me as a practitioner, as a therapist. And that was Reiki. And one of the most beautiful things I love about Reiki, and we'll do a little Reiki gratitude, and maybe even you guys can, the practitioners in here or the receivers can say what they love about Reiki in the chat, a little Reiki gratitude moment, because one of the things that I love about Reiki, and it's so simple, actually, is what I love about it. It's so simple. And it is more about undoing than it is about doing. And for me, as someone who is really trained in this really clinical way and very like intellectualizing problems and looking at things from all of these different points of views and modalities and even like, neuroscientifically and things like that, to have a tool that just allowed me to do my self Reiki, which is a part of Reiki practice. For those of you who are new to Reiki, there's a few levels of Reiki. There's a Reiki 1 training, Reiki 1 certification, Reiki 2, and then Reiki Master. And in Reiki 1, you learn Reiki 1 to call in Reiki energy for yourself and others, but really it's about practicing for you to be able to do self Reiki and to be able to do this, you could call it an embodied meditation and to bring in this energy healing into your life and into your energy field. And so I began practicing self Reiki really religiously, and it changed everything for me. And I just started to understand that all of the complex things that we um, focus on sometimes don't really matter. Right? And there was a lot of undoing that started in my life with Reiki. And so maybe some of you who have Reiki in your life have experienced that as well, right? That actually it's about taking a step back and coming in just really in the present moment and just bringing your attention and your awareness back to the present moment, back to the hands on the head, back to the hands on the shoulders, back to the hands on, healing that you're doing on your loved one or your client or your cat or your dog, right? And in that moment, just being love, just being rather than doing. And so that's what I love about Reiki. And I'm excited to share that with you guys tonight and for us to be able to just be rather than do and to just be in this state of flow and to be in this state of receptivity without really having to do. Um, for those of you who are masters, maybe I've even trained some of you in here as masters. I know maybe one or two. And I have a new, and it's probably been a few years. You took probably holy fire with me. So I'll give you guys a little bit of my lineage of Reiki, and you can get a background and understanding, just maybe even from my own experience about the different lineages of Reiki. So Reiki comes from Japan, okay, originally. It came over sort of underground during World War II. It was really off the record, but it came over, popped up in Hawaii, and it comes out of the Shintoistic and the Buddhist and the Taoist kind of merging of these three things in Japan. And it really comes from martial arts. Reiki is a practice that comes from martial arts. And when it kind of came to the United States, in the 70s, really, um, they called it the lineage Usui Reiki. Usui is the founder of Reiki, the Japanese founder of Reiki. They call it Usui Reiki. So you'll see that a lot when you're looking at Reiki classes or types of Reiki. You'll see Usui Reiki. That's really like the most traditional type of Reiki that you can find in the West. There's also Jinkidan Reiki, which I haven't been trained in, but you don't find that. It's not that common. They do have it up in like Canada. That's very martial arts focused too. And that's very traditional, actually. If you look into that Reiki, it's very hard to find. But the most kind of commonplace traditional Reiki in the West is Usui Reiki. But I learned Usui Reiki and I taught Usui Reiki for about 5 years. I taught it um, in healthcare facilities and in the community. And then I was called to the Holy Fire. I know a lot of you in here are Holy Fire practitioners too. Holy Fire is a type of Reiki that came through William Rand, who's a longtime Reiki practitioner, also Usui trained, and he's been teaching for decades. And Holy Fire came to him in 2013 or 2014, so not that long ago. But when it came through, it became very popular and started moving around. And the difference is really in the energy and also in the attunements. The way he did the master training is really different than the Usui training in terms of like the amount of days. There's several days. It's a 3-day training, master training, as opposed to the Usui 1-day master training. So I learned that. I started teaching that. I taught that for maybe 5 years too, maybe longer. And about, gosh, 2 years ago, I'm going to tell you this. I know one of you, Maureen, I think you heard this recently, but the other people haven't heard this story yet. About 2 years ago, I lost my Reiki. Oh my gosh, let me tell you guys this story because it's just so real. So I had been teaching Reiki, I had been doing Reiki. Reiki was like my whole career, what a big part of my career. And my practice, my personal practice. And 2 years ago, I was in a breathwork session. And after the breathwork session, the practitioner told me that basically God had like removed all the Reiki certifications out of my hands. And I had felt it happening and I was sort of in denial. And I was like, no, 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 that didn't happen. I didn't lose my Reiki certificates out of that energy wasn't moved out of me, okay? No. But then every time I tried to practice, nothing was happening. Like I know I'm very sensitive to the energy, okay? And like nothing was happening, nothing was connecting. And I was devastated. Like I was like, I think subconsciously ready for it, but I wasn't consciously ready for it. So I was pretty devastated for a week or two. I was like, I don't even really know who I am anymore without my Reiki. Like, what's my name, right? And I had to find myself again, and it took me a little while, and I had to trust. Actually, it was really about trusting. It was about trusting that the energy of Reiki is more than just a certification, and it's more than just a symbol, and it's more than just these trainings, okay, that we receive, but it's something more profound and it's something deeper. And the more I trusted and the more I opened to the trust that the Reiki is still there, even without these certifications, right? The more powerful it became. And I continued to teach and I continued to do Reiki every day. I literally do sessions every day. That's what I do. And it became stronger and stronger and stronger with less. With less, it became more. So it was more of that undoing, but it was quite shocking. So I wanted to share that story with you because I think some of you might understand, even if that hasn't happened to you, the the trust and the surrender that Reiki asks of you, actually, on this path, and that it shows you, and that it shows you that you can step out without a safety net, that after a time, you can just step out like the way, what am I thinking of? Do you guys remember Indiana Jones in the Last Crusade when he's walking towards the holy, like he's in Petra in Jordan? I don't know if you guys remember this movie. I know it's replayed. I think the Raiders of the Lost Ark, they like re-released it. That's probably why it's on my mind. But he steps out and he's walking towards this door, and it looks like there's a cave and there's a steep hole, and it looks like he's stepping into like literally an abyss. But as he steps out, as what's his name, Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones, he steps out, he steps right on this rock, and it's an illusion. He's actually fine, but he had to like trust that he was going to be okay. So that's kind of what Reiki does too, the practice. Anyway, it's a little Reiki wisdom. I want to also just talk about intentions because for those of you who are new to Reiki tonight, I know we have some new, maybe future practitioners, but just even coming and being in the community is part of Reiki practice. Intention is a big part of Reiki practice. And so it's a big part of any energy work. When you set an intention for your healing or for your life, right? It doesn't just have to be healing, but you could be setting the intention to call in more joy. You could be setting the intention to uh, feel at peace, right? You could be setting the intention just to rest and to receive without having to know exactly what it is. Um, when you set the intention, the energy flows there and it goes there. Where the intention goes, the energy flows. And so tonight, as we're moving into the um, group healing, I want you all to take a moment to think about what you came here for tonight, okay? And put it in the chat. What is your intention tonight? Why are you here? Take a minute, put it in the chat so that we can see and we can support your intention with our presence and our attention. Oh, that's a beautiful intention, Robert. I'm glad you came. Oh, hi, Paula. There you go. Victoria, I didn't catch these guys. We had Robert. Let me just get back to these two who came to introduce themselves before I read the intentions. Victoria and Quincy. Paula and Quincy. I love all the Quincy. Holy Fire as well. Oh, thanks, Paula. I'm a fan of you too. Okay, Paula, I'm here for peace and more joy. Love it. Michelle, tomorrow's the last day of your radiation. You want to recover quicker than on my own. I love that. I'm so glad you came tonight. We'll be definitely holding your intention in the healing. Melissa, intention to come back to yourself and reconnect with your spiritual practice. I love that. Maureen, patience, sending energy to your relationship with your daughter. It's beautiful. That's so beautiful. Yeah. Michelle, for family healing and peace for yourself. Ugh, you guys, making my heart feel so happy seeing all of your intentions. Amy, finding peace for yourself. It's beautiful. Britt, I want to know it's going to be okay. More peace. Yeah. Yes. Acceptance and peace. Victoria, beautiful. Guys, okay. Lindsay, intention is to elevate your spirit and bring in peace after PMDD. Yes, that's yes. I'm so glad you're here, Lindsay. Lindsay, did you say if you've had Reiki experience before, will you put in the chat? You have? Okay. Um, and open the flow of abundance and wellness for you and your family. Okay, Lindsay, Reiki 1 in 2020. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I'm so glad you came back to the Reiki fold. All right. Okay, so I think that's it for now. Unless anybody else, I think we got everybody. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the group healing now. And we'll probably be in it for about 20, 25 minutes. Okay, it'll be a good amount of time. So you can go off camera. This is for you. You can be off camera. You can get under a blanket. Okay, you can turn off your light, whatever you want to do to make yourself feel really comfortable and to be able to be in a place where you can receive and relax and rest for a good amount of time. And then at the end, I'll begin to bring you back and we'll have a little check-in, okay, and a Q&A if you guys want to connect, and then we will say goodnight. All right, so I'm gonna get some music going. And we'll get started. Let's see. Okay. So to begin, and for those of you who have never had distance Reiki before, distance Reiki is not hands-on, okay? But you receive the energy of the Reiki healing, and the healing energy comes to you by being in this group. Okay, I send it out and you receive it also as somebody who's part of the group. And so, even though I'm not putting my hands on you, obviously I can't do that. Oh, I could put my hands up like that, but actually I might do that. Even though I can't put my hands on you, okay, for the healing goes through time and space. It goes through time and space, not just space, like from me to you, but also through time. And that's important to know that it also goes through time because there might be some healing that happens tonight that might help happen in the past. It might happen on a child, an inner child part of yourself, or it might happen on even a future part of yourself. Okay. It might be something that needs healing still, that has been waiting for some healing. And so distance Reiki works. It works, and we know it works. And it works because we are all one. And that is the truth of all truths, is that we are one. And that is how it works. And so people often ask, right, how it works. So I just wanted to explain that. So you might feel things during the session. Okay. You might feel heat. You might feel coolness, even. You might feel certain parts of the body that have sensation or tingling, or even sometimes feel numb, or sometimes people even feel the presence of hands on them, even though there's nobody in the room with them. You might see colors, you might see visions. You might be feeling in an expanded state of awareness where you can see things from a new perspective. You might just feel really relaxed and take a nap. There are a lot of things that can happen in a Reiki session. But the important thing is to know that you don't have to do anything. Okay? And at the end, if you have questions about anything that you see or experience or feel, I'm here and happy to answer them. We'll go right into the Reiki now. Okay. So, to begin, I want you to imagine yourself in the room you are now. Okay, closing your eyes and really noticing your body. Maybe placing a hand over the heart, maybe a hand over the belly, and beginning to call in the breath, noticing your hands rise and fall with each inhale and exhale. Calling the breath not just into the lungs, but also into the places of the body that are feeling a little bit more tight and carrying a bit more tension tonight. Taking a moment to do a body scan and to notice those areas of the body that are feeling a little tighter, that have a little more sensation. And allowing yourself to more deeply breathe. Even imagining the breath going to those places and filling those places with oxygen. Filling them with nourishment and attention. And on the exhale, imagining that those places in the body, those tight shoulders or that crunched up third eye, or maybe even your ankles or knees, that they're feeling the opportunity to relax a little more, to let go with each inhale and with each exhale. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to imagine ourselves in a field. But we are all together in this field. Everyone in this group is in a big circle where we all have our own space, but we're also present together. This is a beautiful circle of Reiki healing. And we're standing in a beautiful field on an incredible day. The sun is shining down. And we know that this is a very special time of year, it being the solstice and everything. And that we're at the height of our solar time of year. And so the light of the sun is very strong. And as we stand together in this circle, on this beautiful field, we can feel beneath our feet the stable, grounding energy of Mother Earth. We might notice our direct connection to the earth. Imagining that our feet are directly on the earth and that we can feel the energy of the earth coming up through our feet and into our bodies, supporting us, holding us, nourishing us. And as we stand here in this circle, we might decide it's time to rest within our community. And you might imagine yourself even taking a seat in the grass or lying down and really beginning to get comfortable, really beginning to relax, knowing that you are ready to receive and to open to the receiving of Reiki within this community healing. And that whatever it is that you receive for yourself is unique to you. But the energy of Reiki is amplified the more people we have. So it might be easier to receive, right? Your intentions might be easier to receive the support that they need. So as you lie down in the tall grass, you begin to look up at the sun and the sky. You can hear the sound of the birds. You can hear the wind in the tall grass, the sounds of summer. And as the light of the sun begins to come down through the clouds and into the circle, it begins to come down directly into your heart center, space right in the middle of the chest. And as the light enters your chest and your heart, you allow the light to lead you and to guide you. As we move into silence for a few moments, a few minutes, and allow you to more deeply receive the healing energy of the Reiki session. As it supports your mind, your body, your spirit, and your intentions. You can continue to relax, to breathe, and to receive. Notice those places where you feel resistant. It's okay. You don't have to try so hard. It's still working, and it will work. You can bring your focus to other things, other places, to the breath. You can begin to imagine and feel the beautiful energy of our group circle here tonight as a whole. Connecting with the entirety and the wholeness of this group healing. The Reiki that goes to you and connects you to Source, connects you to the person near you, connects you to their intention. Begin to notice the connection between you and the Reiki of this group. And know that as you receive this Reiki, as it moves through you, it moves also back into the circle and supports everybody else. It doesn't leave and go. It actually generates, gets stronger, and it moves through each person in this group, supporting them, supporting their intention. As it moves through the group, it grows stronger and it begins to expand beyond the group. It begins to grow and it goes out to the family members that are in need of this Reiki energy, to the relationships between people in the family, in your family, or in the family of the others in the group. And it begins to support those relationships between family members that might be strained, that might feel complicated or disconnected, bringing hope, bringing the love and the light of connection, even if it's just in the spiritual form, the energetic form, bringing the intention to those people, to those connections, to those connections that we have with those people. Again, reminding ourselves that distance Reiki works because we are one. And so we don't have to do. We can just be. And in that being, we're being together with each other, these intentions, and the loved ones connected to them. And that attention and that presence is a form of love that is very powerful. And very simple. Next, we might imagine that our bubble of Reiki that has extended to our families begins to also extend to our communities at a greater expansion. Maybe our communities where we live, or our communities where we work, or our communities where we receive support, whether that's spiritual or emotional or practical. And imagining our communities also receiving this same attention, presence, and love. Now, beginning to notice that center of your chest again, the heart space. This is where distance Reiki happens. It happens from the heart. It's the connector. In Reiki, it's the second diamond, and it's the one connected to distance Reiki. And as you connect with your heart, remind yourself of your intention tonight. Maybe say it again to yourself and really feel it and receive it with your heart. we're going to slowly begin to come back from the healing. Imagining if you lie down in the tall grass, getting up, looking around for a moment, noticing once again you're in a healing circle. Taking a moment of gratitude for this opportunity to be in a healing circle tonight. It's really special. It's really unique. There's studies shown that if people get together and meditate, it affects groups of people around them for, I feel like it's like a couple miles or something. So just know that what you did tonight, just participating in this, has an effect on you, on everybody in this group, and also on people around you that you might not even notice or know about. Positive effect. Okay. And begin to come back. Begin to notice your breath again. Begin to notice your feet, wherever they are, your arms, your hands. Begin to open your eyes. Come back into the space, slowly and gently. If you feel compelled and when you're ready, you can share a little bit about how you're feeling after that session and anything that you might want to share in the chat, or any questions that you might have about what you experienced or might want to know more about in terms of any of the Reiki stuff that I was talking about tonight. Welcome back. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to pop in the chat also a few things that I've got going on. Oh, Lindsay, thanks for sharing. Yeah, time doesn't really feel like it exists in Reiki. Believe me, I run over my sessions a lot. I'm always like running behind. Michelle, your hands felt heavy and hot, peaceful and full. I love that. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. I've heard that about tongues and feeling tingly. I've heard that every once in a while. Oh, cool. Robert, you're sharing some visuals. I love it. Oh, you saw a guide. Oh, a wand. That's fun. A wand is fun. I sent the one back to you. That's fun. Oh, I love it. Received a certificate to place in your heart. That's interesting. I wonder about that certificate, what that was about. Britt, lots of heat and tired. Yeah, yeah, I know. Sometimes when we receive, we realize, oh, we're really feeling like we could probably use more rest, or it grounds us and actually allows us to notice how we're feeling, which we might be denying throughout the day. Hmm. Interesting. Oh, you received a message, Maureen, to journal. It sounds like very cool. I hope you have a journal on hand. You could sit down and journal now. It's a good time. Well, thank you for sharing. Um, so for those of you who might be interested, although we have, it seems like we have masters and then we have people thinking about maybe taking the beginning classes. I am teaching a master's, or for those masters of you who know people who are looking for a master's, I'm doing my 3-day master's in July. I just put it in the chat here. It's the Usui/Holy Fire class, but I have some extra things that I add to it now. But you get that full, 3-day training. So if you know anyone that's looking, it's July 17th through the 19th. I also do offer so the trainings. So, oh, that's a great question, Robert. So, okay, I teach both in person and online. So I'll do like private Reiki 1 trainings or private Reiki 2 trainings, even private master trainings sometimes. Those can be done individually, those can be done in small groups. I just did one last Thursday. It was a Reiki one with 2 people that came. They did come in person. I like for Reiki 1 particularly to, not that it has to be in person by any means, but to be able to practice. So, yeah, we set that up. It doesn't have to be in person. No, it could be online, could be in person. Yeah. They're both very powerful. Some of my Reiki masters, one of my first long Reiki master program, I did it online during COVID, and that group is still like very united, and they talk about that class a lot. It's really fun. The other thing I have going on, so for those of you who might be interested, I do work with plant medicine and the sacred mushroom. I'm doing a really amazing retreat this coming weekend in New Hampshire. It's going to be so beautiful. I've been doing medicine work for like 4 years now. And this retreat is overnight in Sunapee, New Hampshire. It's Friday through Sunday. And we have breath work, a breath work session as part of it. There's a fire ceremony as part of it. There's a plant medicine ceremony. There's integration the next day. It's all the lodging and the food and everything's included, and it's 777 for the weekend for the full thing. So it's a reasonable price. So if anyone's interested in that, I'll also put a link to that. The other thing I have going on, oh, I have an international retreat happening. I have 2 spaces for that to Mexico. Yeah, I know. I wish you were available too, Lindsay. You would love it. You would love that one. But let me put the link to that here. And then otherwise, yeah, the Reiki classes, again, like I teach in all kinds of ways. So if you're interested in any point, anyone in here in taking a Reiki one, um, I do like to try and do small groups, get people together to practice, but I can also do that online if you're out of state. Um, so just hit me up, let me know, and we can talk more about it and I can give you more details. Let me just throw in the medicine retreats. Those who might be interested can check it out. This one's going to be fun. I'm also doing a fun craft at this one. I just remembered. Okay. Share. Excuse me.
Sorry, Liz, a fun craft?
Yeah, at the retreat. You didn't get a fun craft at your retreat, but you got other fun things. Um, it's kind of a craft that is utilized during the retreat. I'm not going to say what it is though. I'm going to keep it mysterious because it's the mystical. I don't know why it's not letting me share. I want to share this with you guys. Sorry about that. Just give me a second here. The mystical medicine retreat in New Hampshire. Here we go. Well, anyway, I can't even share it. But anyway, if you have questions, just let me know. Otherwise, thank you for joining. And I hope that you just really received what you wanted to get out of tonight. And if you have questions you want to stay on, I'll be on for a few minutes. But otherwise, have a restful evening. Happy solstice. I hope to see you soon. Mwah. Thanks for coming.
Liz,
Yeah.
can I ask you about Reiki 1?
Yeah, absolutely. I love talking about Reiki 1. Sure.
Yeah. What is that? How does that work in terms of the training and?
Yeah. So Reiki 1 it's something you can learn in a day.
Mm-hmm.
What I do is if you were to do it, either in person or online. I would send you a manual. There's the manual I use is William Rand's manual. It's called something, I forget what it's called, Hands-on Healing, something like that. It's the manual I use for Reiki 1 and Reiki 2. It's one book though, so you can use it for both Reiki 1 and Reiki 2.
Okay.
It has all the material. I send it to you. I have you read some like specific chapters in it, and that gives you a good overview of like the lineage and just
Hmm.
some of the basics and the hand placements and things like that. Then the actual class, we would set up a time to do um, the attunement, which is really like the Reiki blessing, where you receive the blessing of Reiki 1. And it's pretty profound. Usually people, they'll feel a shift in like their entire energy field in their life, kind of leading up to it or before or after. So it can be a little bit of a clearing process, but it's nothing that you wouldn't already know about
Sure.
in terms of the experience. I don't think it would be
Yeah.
surprising. I think you've had plenty of experiences like that. Let me just hit stop recording.